Hey guys, welcome to SVSU Esports. This is our Overwatch team playing. I'm Venny.
And I'm Zippy.
Cool. So it looks like they're going for the TP strat off the rip. They get antied, but they have the Suzu to cleanse it. That's a huge missiles from. Why are we spectating the other team? Just out of curiosity.
Footage appears to be a little jittery here.
Hey Bunny.
Can you turn down some settings?
The objective is now active.
Who's fixed? It looks like both teams opted for a form of Ramatra Brawl here. One with the Ana Juno variant and the other with a Kiriko Juno variant. So we gotta look for the big nades from Lindsay. Unfortunately, she misses that one. The Ramatra is walking in.
And you can see from
Lindsay's
the previous
keeping
fight
everyone up.
that our team has the ult advantage.
Yep, we're up. We almost have Ram ult here, and that's a
Huge.
unlucky whiff nade. But we're being up 50% to 30 to 50% on Ram ult is massive. It's one of the best ultimates in the game. I would not be surprised to see it come out here and just win the fight on the spot.
And there it is.
And there it is. You got the big hamster ball of damage, and right off the rip, they pick off L. Nice sleep onto Karma, and with Lindsay with the finish. So what do you think about the differences between the Ana and the Kiriko?
Well, Juno. Well, Ana just anti is so good against Ramatra, even with his block, because he has to block to survive if he's antied, and then he has no mobility. However, Kiriko, anti happens, you cleanse it, but then you have no cleanse in case they want to ult.
Mm-hmm. I would absolutely agree, and that's a very, very clean fight there from SVSU. It's 90 to 0, and they used 3 ults to win that fight, but they should be able to use Blossom right as they TP in, which it looks like Squishy's setting up for here. And it's absolutely massive. The nade and the Blossom get 4. And that's 100-0 for SVSU on round 1. I think that
Absolutely wild.
absolutely shows what you said earlier, where you could play Ana to get the antis on the tank, and then you get the benefits of the nano. Kiriko seems to be a lot more of a reactive pick, where you try and just stop the Ana from doing what she wants to do.
And another thing about Ana is the sleeps.
Oh, the sleep is absolutely
Ramatra
massive.
is a big target, especially when he's blocking.
Yeah, I mean, and you saw earlier, right? Karma slid into the backline on Sojourn, and he just got slept and punished almost immediately.
Makes you think twice about flanking.
Yeah. It's pretty much it should just be a guaranteed kill immediately. I would not be surprised to see another TP strat come out here with Symmetris on both sides. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I have no idea what's happening.
I heard a teleporter.
He's not hitting the button.
Sim shooting.
Sim shooting.
Oh, okay, cool. We're on point. Zachary uses form, and he's out, and it gets naded, just immediately gone. They trade for Geek, but I would absolutely take a tank over a DPS any day. And plus, with the sleep from Lindsay, it doesn't even matter. Like they trade it back immediately. The Queen swap coming out from Zacher. They're gonna look to be playing a lot faster here, hopefully. But I think the ramp comp should probably have an edge here. Thoughts?
I think they're gonna use Speed Ring with Juno and just send Younger Queen straight into the back line. Gonna try and get past Squishy and Geek.
Huge nade again. Forces out the Suzu. Unfortunately, ban falls.
Ooh,
And
amazing
Squishy.
sleep.
Mega trades Squid back. But Mega falls. Big nade. Maybe you can pick the Reaper here. No. Looks like the Queen is just too much damage. And they're resetting.
Unfortunately.
That's not a bad fight though. You're very close to pretty much every ult. They have their overclock, their Sojourn ult here, but I think your comp is pretty well set up to deal with it.
I mean,
You
what's
can-
an overclock when you can just speed ring in an Annihilation Ramatra?
Yeah. Ooh, you got a big gun. What if I just punched you in the face?
Several times.
Like repeatedly. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And I
There's
think
the
there's a
speed ring.
high chance of that happening there. Oh, they TP'd in. Oh, Geek Stranded. That is
There's
not
the
great.
Annihilation.
Well, there's the Annihilation to try and make something out of it. Unfortunate. Juno ult is just so strong.
And the Sojourn cleans up.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So they're coming up on 4-on-4 ults, so that should be pretty interesting. I would expect to see a Juno ult to start, and then a Queen ult, maybe to counteract all the healing you'll get from it. But we'll see. I think pretty much both teams here are pretty evenly matched. So just poking.
Yeah. I mean, oh, they're popping the wall right now.
Ooh, there's Blossom. Finds
I was gonna
E
say,
and
they
Dan.
might wall in response to the Queen ult.
Huge Blossom and Nano. That's a very good fight win for SVSU here. You trade 2 DPS ults and a support ult for 2 DPS and a support ult, but you get to keep your Juno ult, which is arguably the best ultimate in the game right now.
However, the other team does have Queen ult, so if they pop Orbital and they're all gathered up, Queen can just negate the healing.
Yes. Yeah, the only thing you have to worry about with that is just how much damage they do. If they have good enough focus fire, that Queen should be toast. Let's see. Speeding in with the missiles. Let's see who gets the first pick, because that's probably going to be enough. Dagger goes down. That's Queen ult out of the fight.
Huge.
That's an absolutely massive pick for Mega. They do trade out Mega. That's suboptimal, I'll be honest. But they still have Juno ult, and there's no Queen ult to counter it here. So maybe we just see them push out and try and clean up the remaining members of...
That's exactly what they do.
yeah. Squishy picks off L. There's a Queen ult here, but the Reaper just fades.
Or not. Oh, there's
Okay,
the
the Reaper does just fade. That was a clean Queen ult and fight win, and they did have their own Juno ult. Mega is trying to bring it back though with the Annihilation. 2 picks for Mega, and unfortunately they get traded out. It's a good attempt. We'll see if SVSU is able to touch here with the speed ring and the TP. I would imagine that they should be able to touch quite easily here. And it looks like they're setting up to do just that.
It looks like the only ult they'll have for this fight is Blossom.
Which unfortunately is not necessarily the most impactful ult, but Squishy makes it work and gets a pick off of it. Maybe 2. This is super winnable. You got a tank and DPS versus tank and DPS.
Especially with the Sin turrets they're not destroying.
Tank v tank for the point and for the map. Let's see who takes it. Mega picks off Karma and Squishy's gone. So it's literally just a tank fight. And oh, Mega got the form pack. And the nade from Lindsay. That should just be point here. Huge punches. Oh, they almost C9. Mega with 4.
Mega's absolutely popping off.
Mega with 5. That is a tank differential, folks.
Holy. And the after game Nano.
Mm-hmm. That was a good round. That was very, very close. I'm kind of excited to see how they play on maps that aren't Control, because Control is definitely a lot more brawl focused, and depending on how they choose to play in the future and what maps they end up going to, that's a huge Blossom Squishy there. Like that was really,
Yeah.
really good. Basically just won them the point off that. Watcher. Based on the fact that both teams seem to favor Brawl here, what map I believe it's Hybrid or Escort, Loser picks map type next. What map do you think they're gonna try and go to?
They might go for a map that's more poke comp oriented because, as we saw before, they like the Sojourn, and the Sojourn was doing things. And if you can get poke and you're going against Brawl and keep them at
Yes.
a distance, then it's not gonna work.
Oh, 100%. If you can keep like imagine having like when you've got your younger sibling and they're running at you and you just put your hand on their forehead, that's what
Yeah.
poke does to Brawl. They can't get close to you, they can't do much like that. I think personally, if I was Valpo, I'd try and take him to a Circuit Royale or a Havana
Oh, absolutely.
because so obviously I do run the Overwatch program here at SVSU, and I was looking at the teams before, and it looked like Karma for Valpo was going to be their best player. And if you play Circuit Royale or Havana, both of those maps are very heavy DPS based, and whoever has the better DPS on those maps wins. And so if I was Valpo, I would definitely try and lean into that and just pick a Circuit or a Havana because then you can just go Widowmaker and kill the other team before they can do anything.
Absolutely. Agree 100%. I mean, you could even spice it up and go to Hanzo now that he's got
True.
his headshot
Now
back.
that Hanzo has his one shot back, yeah. Obviously, I hope that doesn't happen because I would like for us to win. I'm very biased, but
We both are.
I think it could happen. We'll see. Did they say what map type was picked? Did I just miss it?
I saw the bans are coming up.
Yeah, but the losing team picks a map type first, and then you go from there.
I saw they chose hybrid.
They did choose hybrid. Okay, interesting.
King-
Nabani?
Maybe
Would they
Kings
go?
Row.
Would they go Nabani? That's
I hope they don't go to Numbani. I
Oh,
hate that map.
100%. That is fundamentally the worst map in the game.
I can't wait for them to rework it.
Yes,
They
it,
did
it should be very
confirm
interesting.
that they're going to rework it. Maybe add another spawn for defenders.
Yeah, so you don't have to run a half marathon every time you want to walk back from spawn. Or just make it so like the first point isn't so defender sided. Because like
Mhm.
if you cap first, then you cap the rest of the map. And if you don't cap first, well then you're kind of just cooked. Like
Absolutely.
banning
Ban-
Paraiso, okay, that's a good pick. Because Paraiso is I think it's the pokiest out of all of the hybrid maps. Oh, they're gonna pick King's Row. I think they're probably gonna take the honorable Brawl Mirror and just go to King's Row, or just go to King's Row and just play whatever they want. Like,
Absolutely.
it doesn't have to be Brawl. It's just
However, if they go to
It's
Kings
pretty
Row,
likely.
you can run Brawl there.
Ram.
And-
Ram is very very good on that map.
I don't know if they want to do that.
It's King's Row is pretty linear until you hit third point, where you have the two huge high grounds on the left and the right.
Yeah, there's plenty of spots for the Sojourn to just peek and go off.
It should be pretty. I don't know. They picked Nambani. Okay, so I would expect to see a dive come out most likely, which is also probably pretty all right for them because that is a comp that highly relies on individual skill. And if Karma is that much better, then realistically that'd be a comp style that you'd want to play. And they're starting defense as well. So we'll do. I'll be interested to see if SVSU ends up picking a brawl comp and just trying to just run it down mid, right? Because I mean, Juno Brig is very, very, very strong into dive, and it looked like they were pretty comfortable on a Juno with an Ana, so you could probably make that work. Or we'll see if they just go with the standard Winston or Diva dive. Not sure. I know Squishy likes to play Echo. I'm not super familiar with Geek's hero pool. I'm not as familiar as I'd like to be, but it is what it is.
We could also potentially see them try and take the high ground and get that Soj off because most likely they're going to play Soj again and just stay on top because defending on Nubani, you can easily just slide from each high ground on Soj.
Yeah, high ground control is the single strongest thing about Nambani. It's very, very difficult to push as an attacker when you can't really go anywhere. Like, if everywhere you move, you're getting shot at from the high ground, it's going to be really hard to go anywhere. Yeah, so we've got Valpo defending first, SVSU attacking. So judging from what they played last time, I think I agree. I think Sojourn's probably a good pick here. Sojourn or Ash for Karma. Maybe do we see an Echo come out?
Well, that's if the sim player can play Echo.
That's true. That's very true. Echo is a very, very high skill cap character because once you start copying other heroes, basically you have to have a pretty wide hero pool because you're not just playing DPS. You're potentially playing any support, any tank, and any DPS other than Echo. So, I'm hoping to see Dive. I love Dive. I think it's the most entertaining to watch, the most entertaining to cast. Just it's so fun to play. It's high paced. It's
most-
just very, very cool.
The most coordinated too.
Oh, 100%.
You actually have to think who you're diving instead of, like Brawl, just kind of turn your brain off a bit and just shoot everything that's near you.
Okay, interesting. So we've got a
Winston Mirror.
yeah, there's a Winston Mirror. You have the Ana Juno, which I don't hate on for attack especially because one anti-nade and then you're done. If you rotate your Ana to high ground or low ground through that door that we're looking at right now, you can just win on the spot. There's nothing that Juno Brig can do about that. The only thing, actually, well, they're playing double hit scan, so that shouldn't be an issue. Usually when you're into dive, the biggest issue that you have is Winston plus another DPS on an unprotected Ana. And that's usually why you see Ana with Brig here. But they're playing double hit scan, so that means there's not really, if your Ana walks behind cover, there's not going to be much of an opportunity to do anything.
It's going to be interesting to see this attack because running Tracer Sombra is quite squishy,
Yeah, it's also very, very difficult to get vertical here. I would have loved to see an Echo or something of the like come out. Someone's probably got to go up the stairs. It's not going to be very fruitful to just sit here and poke because the double hit scan comp is going to win that 110 times out of 10.
You can see the entire team of Valpo is just sitting up there watching hallway.
Yeah, it's really easy to get stuffed in this doorway. Pretty much all that's going to happen is you're going to poke, you're going to poke, you're going to poke, and then maybe we might get Nano first. We should get Nano before any other ult in the game. Nano or they'll get Primal, one of the two. That Brig's out of position. Can I punish them? Their Monkey's low. There's just a massive amount of damage output coming out from Squishy here. That's a huge nade under the cast. And the Monkey, that's exactly why you play Ana. Like, just the playmaking capability, the nades, it's so strong. That is the one downside of playing double hit scan here. And look at they have both support ults online. They
Almost
have
instant.
yeah. They're gonna have Primal here. The only thing you have to worry about is Primal from the other team. Sure, they're only 50% to EMP, but like they're only 50% to their DPS ults as well, basically.
Exactly. Here comes the orbital.
So they're using orbital and spawn. That's very interesting.
Very brave.
Yes, because with the speed ring from Juno, it's so easy to just walk away. That's a huge. He got a collat off that. That's so cool. So Sojourn's overclock. If you hit someone with the rail in the head, the bullet just keeps on going, and you can basically get two people with one shot, which is exactly what just happened there. So they were kiting, and then they just got shot in the forehead. That's unfortunate.
In that fight, Mega used Primal, so we don't have that all anymore. However,
Yeah.
we are coming up on Sticky.
Huge nade. Holy, that's a 4-man anti-nade. Unfortunately, I don't think we can really follow up on that, but if we keep getting nades like this, I don't see a way that Valpo is able to defend against
They
this.
respond to Orbital with Rally and Overclock.
I mean, I think they're just setting up to just EMP here and then go fast. Which they did just use speed ring, so that's kind of an anti. Just another anti. Like, look at that. The Brig just gets picked in neutral. You don't even need to use ults or anything because Lindsay just keeps hitting antis. Unfortunately, Geek and Mega get traded out. They may or may not have gone a little bit too far, but just these antis, like,
And we see the Kiriko swap from Brig.
yeah. I don't know. That's gonna make it way easier for SVSU to pick off the Juno, because now you don't have packs or anything to defend them. Monkey's
Zacker's
in.
jumping in.
Yeah, Monkey's in deep, but he has Primal, so he's just gonna pop it here and probably just attack Diana. Yeah, which he does, and he gets a pick off of that.
Man should look to get out.
Yep, which I believe he is here.
Yep.
He's you're kind of just stuck at this point. You can't really do altogether that much. Anywhere you move, you're gonna get chased by a Winston. Let's see, we have EMP. We're coming up on Nano again. They have Juno ult already. That ult builds so fast. Are they gonna notice the Winston? They do. Okay, cool. See, another 3-man nade. Like, look at that.
Nano on Mega.
You EMP, you nade, you nano. That's it. Like, just immediately 4 of them gone.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a team wipe. That's gonna be pushing pretty much most of the way through half.
honestly, I don't even know if the Nano was needed.
No, at that
The
point.
EMP nade just cleared.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. That was really well done.
We have
Let's
Primal.
see.
We're coming up on Tracer ult again, and even close to Orbital.
Primal Pulse and Orbital. That sounds like a recipe for. They're orbiting from so far back. They do get geek off of it. I mean, it's not a total waste, but we should just be able to kite this. Hopefully. Do you get a pick on band? So that's basically the fight over. The minute you lose any one of your supports, that's just it. You really can't win.
Interesting that the Cass is not choosing to take high ground when he has high noon, because that can just clear the point if he pops it.
Yeah, it'll make it very, very difficult for SVSU to push in if they have a high noon.
Even if it doesn't kill, it still pushes them off because they'll be scared to even
Oh,
touch
they're
the
setting
point.
up for a nade on the
And
nice
it
stick from
sticks.
Squishy. You trade it out for your Sombra, but that's not bad. You don't hate that trade there. Anytime you can trade a DPS for a support, and look at that, another nade, and which results in a kill. That's really good coordination from SVSU. Unfortunately, Lindsay does get traded out, but you'll get that sometimes on those bigger jobs. Mega picks off Karma. Winston uses Bubble to get out, but
Tracer getting aggressive.
chasing kills. It's exactly what you should be doing on Tracer.
Winston
Oh, Winston gets
misses
a
the
0.36 touch. The hack comes out, and they finish off the Winston. Suzu,
There's the
probably.
high
Noon for space. Look at, they have Orbital again. There's 30 seconds on the clock, so they gotta look for something here. And they do, like, Orbital comes out, they immediately pick off Air J, Geek with 2.
Chasing the Soj.
Will Squishy get the pick? Or will he feed?
He's one.
It looks like he is picking the
Does
feed
not
option.
chase the one.
Nope.
I think it would have been possible,
He's showing restraint. That's exactly the right play to make there.
but it would be funny.
Yeah, it would be really funny, but he would probably die. There's like a
Listen.
solid 65% chance.
It's a trade.
It's a trade. Yeah, but he's in their spawn.
He can get back quick. He's Tracer.
It is what it is. He didn't get the pick. It's fine.
Looking
Looks
at-
like they're setting up for a dive on their Juno. Yeah, if they don't have a break or anything to protect the Juno, Juno is so squishy and just dies immediately. Orbital comes out, and the Winstons immediately slept, and both supports just kind of run away. Full spawn for Squishy here. Will he stick the Juno again? Yeah, it looks like 4 ults, almost pretty much 3 ults for SVSU, 4 ults for, or sorry, 3 ults for Valpo, 4 ults for.
There's the
It's a
EMP.
huge EMP. EMP pulse just fight over instantly. They have Nano and Primal for retouch. I think all they really have to worry about is the Kiri rush. That's going to be very difficult to beat.
Yes.
If they even get a touch, they should get a touch, right? Yeah. And it's Primal, so it'll be a long touch. Hack out on Kiri? Do they get? Oh, she gets a Suzu off. It's a huge pick from L. Nano comes out. It is possible to just start trading here, and it's going to be really difficult to overclock and hit anyone when you're getting slapped around by a large monkey. Mega finds Raymond. Squishy's coming back. Mega finds another. Hack comes out of a Karma. Do they find the pick? Yeah. Mega. Oh no.
Oh,
Mega forgot the point.
C9.
Unfortunate.
Score.
It's okay. It was in their spawn. It's a good push from SVSU on Numbani. It's very difficult to play on this map.
Absolutely.
It's extremely defender sided on the first point and on the last point.
As you push it closer and closer, like
Yeah.
it's so hard. They just keep coming out, and now even though you keep eliminating them, they just seem to never go away.
They're like the ants just coming out of a hill. Like you sweep a
them two by
couple
two.
away. Yeah. The spawn on that last point is so close. Like it's really difficult to cap. Honestly, I would take that. If you can play it for a good defense here, interesting adventure. Okay. I'll talk about that in a second. So, if you can just play a good defense, you should be fine. Basically, if you can hold on first or get it down to like under a minute, that's a win. That it makes it really difficult to cap the rest of the map. I'm very surprised to see a Venture come out here.
I think he swapped to Venture because when he was on Tracer, that cast just kept peeking for him.
Yeah, but he was getting picks off of it.
True. However, the cast on the other team decides to go Reaper.
Yeah, I think the Reaper's probably to punish the monkey. I mean, not probably. The Reaper is to punish the monkey. That's what Reaper does. That's what Reaper does best. I don't know how good it's gonna be here. I mean, we'll see in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
The first fight is happening right now. It's all gonna be poke. Squishy goes in deep and gets very low. Back out on monkey. Well, Squishy gets punished. It's a big nade from Lindsay, but the Suzu does come out from Raymond. Reaper with one. Looks like the Reaper was in fact very good. Squishy goes to Reaper as well, so you've got a Reaper Sombra versus a Reaper Sojourn. So the Sojourn should have a bigger advantage in the poke phase. But if SVSU can look for a hack on the tank when he jumps in, there's not going to be altogether that much support for him, and he should be able to just be punished. Like he gets hacked there,
And
then
Squishy opts to swap off the Venture to Mirror Reaper.
Yep. We are 76 to Nano, which is a fight-winning ultimate. If Lindsay just keeps hitting nades and then Nano's Mega, that should just be the fight over, like right there. Hack out on. Oh, the Suzu comes out. It's a good hack. You will absolutely take that trade. Suzu for hack, and it sets you up for a Nano Monkey here if you really want to. Whatever team pulls the trigger first here should win, hopefully. Unfortunately, they do pick off Band, so
We do see Vorpal has Rush and Orbital, which are both just fight-winning ultimates.
yeah, they're coming up on 5 ults. Pretty much both teams are gonna get close to 5 ults here. It's gonna be most likely a very messy fight, and they need to get a stop somewhere around here. Just use ultimates, get a stop. Otherwise, it's gonna be pretty difficult to hold the rest of the map. I would not be surprised to see a Nano come out here. Mego does get the touch, and Squishy immediately picks up L. That's a good start. Orbital comes out from Band.
Do we see the mirror?
Probably not.
The EMP.
We do see an EMP come out as well. It's not the end of the world. I would much rather see a team overult and win a fight than underult and lose.
Yeah.
You do have 5 ults coming up, so the way to win a fight when you have less ultimates is you go faster. So if we can see Mega get a speed ring and a Nano, and he just runs a Air J, I don't think there's much that can be done about that.
They still have Kiriko, so Suzu could potentially save them.
Air J picks off Lindsay, but Mega trades it back. Will Mega get 2 here? Mega with 2. Mega with 3. Yeah.
All you have to do is supercharge the gorilla.
It's definitely not over yet. You have Winston. With Karma going, it should be. If they can get away with not using Primal here, that's massive for SVSU. Because your opponents just used 2 huge ults. Granted, they still have their Curiel, that's Suzu out, and Primal. Huge blossom from Squishy. He's just chasing Karma into spawn. Yeah, that's exactly what they needed to do. Granted, you have no ultimates left at this point, but you went from a 4-minute clock to a 2-minute and 30-second clock. And realistically, if Mega doesn't just die here, it's gonna be around 2 minutes flat when you cast.
And there's the rush.
Yep, there's the Curie rush, and it's gonna be should be so lethal on the Mega here. AirJ finds Geek, and yeah, that's 3 picks for Valpo. That Curie rush is so strong, but the thing is, by using all of those ults and cycling all of that, Ban picks off AirJ and gets traded back immediately. But look at their 90 to Juno ult. They should be able to just go first with it.
That is if Sojourn doesn't just overclock and go crazy.
True, yeah. It should be pretty difficult for the Sojourn to overclock now that Mega's swapped to the Diva, though. I like the look of this comp here. They should just be able to punish the monkey anytime he jumps or does anything.
And that defense matrix is always also going to hurt the Reaper ultimate that they now have.
Mm-hmm. You just put the doggy cone of shame all over the Reaper, and then he doesn't do anything. Look at how much damage Mega's doing here. Especially with the missile follow-up from Band and the Juno ult follow-up. I'm very surprised it didn't
Chasing
result in any
instead.
picks there.
However, he decides to not follow through.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really worth it. You can chase the monkey, but if you get DMEC, that's the point. That's the map for your team. So you gotta play somewhat safe. They have Nano. SVSU has Nano, but there are 4 ults for Valpo here. And that's 2 of them. And look
There's
at
the
that.
Matrix.
There's the Cone of Shame, and they trade out for L. And the
Vortex
follow-up
is
with
gone.
the follow-up with the Nano Diva is absolutely disgusting. Like, there's literally nothing you can do as a support there to keep your team up. Diva just does so much damage.
There's the DMAC.
Yeah, unfortunate. Bomb to remake. It is what it is.
Definitely worth it though.
Oh, 100%. Diva's strength isn't her ultimate at all. It's definitely her kit. Look. Mega got 2 picks there. No ultimates, no nothing. Prevented a Reaper ult. And you had effectively like 4 or 5 ults used in the past 2 fights, and pretty much nothing happened. You had 4 ults come out from Valpo, and they really didn't get anywhere. This Curie Rush is going to be absolutely massive. That's a big EMP and Blossom. Wow. So you do trade 2 ults for 1 there, but sometimes that's what you got to do. Zacker's got 2, and the Curie's still alive.
With this
That's
close
really
to
big.
final point, like, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, absolutely. They did get a little bit lucky there. At the very end, Ramon and Zacher had a chance to basically just 2v4 because of how low everyone was off the rush.
It looks like we should get Orbital here in the last fight.
It's going to be Orbital v Orbital for the last fight, most likely. There's 45 seconds. To be fair, a full fight wipe here does not guarantee the end of the map. Or guarantee the end for Valpo. Huge pick from Karma. That takes Orbital out of the equation and most likely means that Mega's going to get demeched here. Mega does so. Lindsay finds Karma. They're not fully out of it yet. Okay, maybe they are.
Yeah.
Ban can
Well,
touch.
pop
Ban can touch.
Orbital.
But and then Geek got on, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. And yeah, that's a 1-1. Valpo takes Nambani. That was really well done by them. They had that first pick from Karma on the last fight that absolutely just won them the map because you take Orbital out of the equation. That's like the single most valuable first pick you can get.
Absolutely. And here we see the Nano EMP go crazy.
Nano EMP nade. Okay. I don't remember what map type is next. Let's take a
Well,
quick
we've already
peek.
done Control and Hybrid.
And I believe that takes Escort out of the equation as well.
So would the next map be push?
I think it's either push or it's like a flashpoint clash hybrid because I think you pick for those. Is it-
Looks like Karma's being swapped for Ramon and NH onto flex support.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting that they're swapping out.
Oh,
Karma.
okay. So we do escort next. Wait, no, it just says winner bans from map pool. Loser picks the map. Winner then picks map time and side.
Interesting that
So I'm not.
swap-
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that means, but we'll see what map they pick, anyways.
I was just gonna point out that interesting they're swapping out Karma because I feel like they played quite well.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little confusing to me, but I don't know. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe Elle and Ramon are like a dastardly duo or something. Or like a Bond villain and his cat, peanut butter and jelly. I don't think that's really dastardly. Just a good combo.
Absolutely.
I'm not. I really don't know what that means. I'm going to be completely honest for the map types. It literally just says winner bans from map
It
pool.
appears they're gonna play push because they just banned New Queen Street.
Cool. I'm absolutely all right with that. I think push is it's a pretty entertaining map type, and Blizzard has definitely gotten a lot better about balancing it with the changes. Previously on the map that was just selected, New Queen Street, there used to be a couple, or no, the map that was just banned. Sorry, there were a couple locations where you could stall the point, and it was very very difficult for the attackers to get to without putting them in a major disadvantage. Coliseo comes out as the map pick.
And there's a few points like that at Coliseo, like just before the next point when they're on top of the bridge, you can stand there and contest point.
They did just fix that. That was
They
the
also fixed that?
yes. Yep.
Oh, thank goodness. That
They-
was quite annoying.
Yes, they removed the. I believe they referred to it as a unintended location for people to be able to touch the bot. Because it was very very strong for a tank or someone to be able to just sit on the edge of the bridge and just shoot down on top of people.
Especially someone like Ramatra, Rhine, Sigma,
Yeah,
characters who have shields,
characters who can live forever.
Orisa.
Orisa. Yeah, for a while when it was the Orisa meta, that was pretty difficult to deal with. Coliseo is a pretty linear map. What do you think SVSU is gonna pull out here?
I mean, we saw them play Brawl the first map, and I think they're gonna pull that back out again. You know, Ramatra's just very strong.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see a Ram come out here.
They're definitely still gonna play Juno. You know, the Hyper Ring is just one of the best abilities you can have. Speed is very important.
Looks like we get removed from
Some technical issues.
just a little bit, just a little bit. I'm sure it's fine. They'll figure something out. No, Coliseo, it's a pretty well designed map now that they've removed the glass because you open up more flank angles. It used to be extremely linear where you basically had one big corridor where people would just it was like Revolutionary War, like pre-Revolutionary War fighting style, right? You just have both teams line up and then they take pot shots at each other. And to be completely honest, you just sit there for a minute or two because winning the first fight on push is so massive. Because sometimes you get 40, 50, 60 meters off of it, and that's pretty much halfway through the map.
And like you said, the glass being there, the Revolutionary War, that made Widow a very popular pick for first contest because you can just aim down sights and
Just
eliminate a few.
bonk. Let's see. I'm hoping to see a Ramatra Brawl Mirror. I think that should be pretty fun to see. Squishy quickly picks and then unpicks the Hanzo. Hanzo's a pretty strong pretty strong pick on here.
Just spam arrows down main.
Yep. The removal of the glass does really help with the flank routes being an option, though. So I would like to see someone pick out like a tracer or something of the like that can take advantage of that left side there with the fountain and the mega and all of that.
SVSU could potentially go Tracer Sombra again.
Yeah, Tracer Sombra. They looked pretty strong on that on Nabani. Let's see. Raymond was on support previously, yes, I believe.
Yes. They were the Brig Kiri from last game.
Okay, cool. So it looks like they're playing triple speed. That's a comp where you play Drunker Queen, Lucio, and Juno, all characters who have some form of speed ability. And you just want to run and jump on top of one person and just blow them up as quick as possible.
SVSU opting into the main Junkrat variant.
Aside from the Junkrat, that's a pretty standard brawl comp. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, because the Junkrat excels in the poke phase, and Valpo's comp is literally designed to skip poke phase. So we'll see how the Junkrat goes. Look at all the random damage he's getting on the top.
Interesting to see Riptide chase down with all this.
I'm not sure Riptide is faster than speed. The shot comes out and the combos are hugely eliminated. The wall and himself injury. That's exactly the reaction we want to have from the If you can't punish the queen, you're going to struggle a whole lot in this comp. There's not a ton of healing output. Juno has a relatively decent healing output, but Lucio does not. SVSU is absolutely going to be favored in the left foot, and Valpo is still at good. So they have the benefit of having a support on first huge victory. That's one speed out of the equation. If they can protect Lindsay, that should basically translate to a flash. Advantage off Raymond and Punchy Boy comes out and they did not find the Sombra. There was a Sombra swap. Sombra that disappeared in the bottom left. And yeah, look at SVSU got the first fight win, which put them in a position to win the second fight. And now they maybe get checkpoint here. I wouldn't be surprised if they drop it. Oh, they just get checkpoint. The wall comes out on this action. They get the Annihilation out as well. Yeah, this is just really well done. I think it's I think got a speed ring there. I don't know, like the fight happening at that time means that they basically skipped the butt scratch phase. Once the checkpoint is capped, you just have to sit there. Scratch his butt. Ajax out! Geek! Oh no! I think they were playing for the Lucio beat there, but Lucio got Ajax. That means he died or got his beat cancelled.
Time for the reckoning!
Yeah, that's a very interesting play. You're basically Ben follows up with the Juno, which maybe they just push the full weight here. Yeah, but he gets a pick on Raymond, and there's still a man off the block.
Apagando las luces.
There's the full hack, but Megan is exactly one punch. Yeah. Is that the map? Noon for space. Mega's just punching away. Lucio gets anti. Mega with two there. Johnson comes out from the pussy. And one gets huge damage on the other. Once Reaper's Fate comes out, that must be it. Yeah, and that's an absolutely dominant performance from SVSU on push. Like I don't really know another way to put it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Valpo didn't change strategies as soon as they lost the first fight. They realized that, hey, you're really punishing our
It is possible, definitely, to play the triple speed into a May comp, a May Ramatra comp, and I think we might try that later tonight. Not necessarily just the triple, the into the May, but just triple speed. But it's definitely very difficult, and it's pretty demanding on your queen player and your DPS already being in a set up position.
However, it's one of those comps that's like, it's difficult to pull off, but if you do, it just works.
Yeah. At the highest levels of play, tempo is everything. And having 3 speeds lets you control when you take a fight, where you take a fight, how you take a fight. Unfortunately, on this one, they just didn't necessarily take advantage of their speeds, I'd say. And SVSU just dictated how fights went. They committed both support ults to a fight, and we just used Blizzard. They committed with their Queen ult. I mean, there's kind of no one left alive. Sure, they got a 5-man Queen ult, but it probably won't win.
And it's a little hard to run speed into May if they just wall your way back off. You can't speed out of a wall.
You have a immovable object and a slightly stoppable force. And unfortunately, the unmovable object did not, in fact, move in this case. Playing into May is sometimes a little bit like running your head into a brick wall over and over again.
And we've got confirmation that the next
It's Flashpoint?
Flashpoint.
Yes.
So do you think they'll pull out Servasa or New Junk City?
Oh, it says right here. It even says push map 3 here. I just can't read.
Engineers don't need to read.
Yeah, we just gotta do math, right?
Yeah.
Definitely don't have to do technical drawings or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see. I think if they want to play a triple speed comp, you have to go to New Junk City. Otherwise, I think Saravasa is going to be the best pick for you. New Junk City benefits highly mobile, very quick comps. On Saravasa, it's entirely possible to bunker down in a couple points. Like the very first point, I'd say, benefits more enclosed teams. The one where it's got like the high ground and then there's the 2 bits of water and the building on the back, I think can benefit more closer knit teams. On New Junk City, I feel like it's just super open and there's so many angles you can take that it would benefit that queen comp a lot more. It's like 8:30. We're not gonna have a warm up, by the way.
That's fine.
Yeah, we just run it down mid, right? Anyways. I'm just
And
waiting to
looks
see what people are doing. Karma's back in, Ramon's back on support. Unfortunately, it appears that the experiment did not work out for them. They picked Saravasa. Wait.
Interesting.
Yes, they picked Saravasa. What? Why does the winner get to pick? Oh.
Is that?
I don't like that. The loser picks between Clash or Flashpoint, and the winner picks the map within that. I feel like it should be the other way around, don't you? Because like I feel like no team in their right mind is going to pick Clash.
Yeah, with it being so new and it's still kind of clunky.
Yeah, unless you are looking for an upset, because it's entirely possible to just get an upset on Clash. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's better for the losers to pick map because Blizzard tries to make it so there's map for every play style in each game mode.
Yeah, for different map types, there are definitely dominant playstyles. Like on Nambani, trying to run Brawl is almost impossible. There are a couple teams that can make it work, SSG in EU, for example, they can make. They're like the mechanic that can make anything work with a ham sandwich, right? They can run Brawl on any map type at any time, basically whenever they want.
Ready for battle.
Triple speed out. Yep. Triple speed out from
Women speak so many different languages. I have decided to learn them
the
all.
same Brawl that we've been seeing from SVSU all night. We'll see if the Karma coming back and Ramon being swapped out will be what Valpo needs to win here. The Echo is going to be very strong as well into this.
Ramatra's huge body.
Just like in general, like who's realistically going to be shooting the flyer other than Lindsay?
Initial flashpoint. Mark.
Might try for a shot or two, but it's better to just focus on the queen or slow her down.
Yeah, I think the queen comp is should be pretty favorable. They should just be able to take angles like I think the Lucia's already on high ground and Ramon's on Combo's up on the left. It's a bit naked comes out, but there's not much follow up you can do with that. Use his form and starts running. He is hoping. The wall comes out on the after though. Half of their huge lead again from them. What did come over to that? Squishy finds 2. Nice nade. Yeah, Squishy with 3. Okay. You just got bored and walked at the back line. That sounds like a fantastic idea.
While the queen was distracted with the
You
other
are
guy.
stealing everything from them.
Hello there. And then he took his legs. And one arm. But it looks like SPC is ahead on support ults as well. That's
Waiting for the support.
even though the queen did notice him. The ball comes out, but there's not much follow-up in this. Sojourn on a hard off angle here. That's going to be pretty difficult for them to launch. Mega trades for air jab. So he finds one on the L. That is definitely one of the SPSU. Maybe not. Remo does come out. It's a little bit of a questionable flush. You can't get a pick off of it. I think if you can just stand point there, like it.
Just gain percentage.
Yeah. You went from like what 78? I mean, it's not a bad play, right? You're not gonna win the fight off of it, but it's the same like idea as using a primal to stall. The blizzard here, I think, should just be, should be game over. Yeah, we do have. I think we do have a new user. They're not able to and they get a huge fight. They just use and it looks like Valpo's definitely coming out on top here. They've got there's just no living there. And you keep 2 ults as Valpo, you're very, very happy with how that played. 3 ults, sorry. Oh, wow, I can't even count to 3.
Next flashpoint.
You just didn't have the momentum to other than backing up.
You probably shouldn't be super sad about using orbital there. You're gonna get another one in the fight, and it would just be countered by the queen ult anyways. But it might. This is gonna be a very, very difficult fight. If you're just relying on Squishy's Blossom, Squishy's Blossom may be a Lucio is in there. They get the flip, so they can install a little bit. Exactly. Mega finds one, but it's not. if he doesn't just keep wall riding in front of the Ana and get picked off at the start. They are 90 to beat. He is a fantastic quote-unquote defensive ult. But in this comp, you're not unhappy if you just beat and then use the speed and just run on top of him. Because there's no way they're going to be jumping down your feet. Lindsay with the nade and yeah, that's a huge wall.
Take the point with me.
And no ults needed, no ults used. It's just a fight over. Really well done. You got the first pick and you got the nade off.
You got Nano, almost got Blizzard, and Orbital.
That pretty much equalizes the ult equation here. Actually, it might even put them a little bit ahead. Here's the echo.
We must accelerate.
Huge nade again. Look at that. The Witcher gets Ajaxed. That's 2 Ajaxes. That's 1 per match. If he does any more. But yeah, that's absolutely massive. That nade, again, it just wins them a fight. You are very, very happy. Anytime you can just use a cooldown, sure you expend Blossom, but it's not really a fight-winning ult anyways. Like, sure, it's been used a couple times in conjunction with EMP earlier, but you don't have luxury of EMP here, and it's going to be really difficult to find a multi-kill Blossom here. So you'll absolutely trade just the damage or anything like that. Which one did we get? Let's see which one it is. Is this Shrine? This might be Shrine. It looks like Shrine.
It appears.
Okay, this is the inside one. Cool, right? Yes. This is Tanner's favorite map.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
The enemy is approaching.
Unfortunate, but you have 4 ults versus what's going to be 4 ults. So again, whoever goes earlier should win. And look at that, Air just rolled up the map, and they freeze Zacher. I'm not entirely sure how the flying character died to fall damage, but you know, the Echo makes sense. Echo makes sense. I was talking about you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really good fight. You Blizzard early, you get 2 picks off of it, and then that's it. This fight, if they can just nano Ramatra and speed ring, you just get a punchy boy in your backline, and then that's it.
Locking satellite vector.
Orbital. I'll find a pick on the band. The Mega is still active, and he gets another. Mega with 3. 4? Can we get a 4? Can we get a 5? Mega's over there. Please. No! He was so close to the 5K.
Single-digit health right there.
But yeah, you'll absolutely take that fight. Sure, it was a pretty expensive ult, but they didn't use Queen ult. So you don't just get an auto lose. They can't touch them.
Flashpoint.
This is series point. And if they win this point, SVSU's done. Like that's their match win. I would not be surprised to see Valpo win here though. I think if you're playing this smart, you play this point for economy. You get the advantage. 3 points is a lot. You can set it up, you get 3 points. Unfortunately, this is getting picked. I think Valpo can win this one using ults. That's pretty big. Yeah, they're disengaging here. They do build Blossom out here. And they're 60% to another Blossom. But you have Geek and Queen ult. You don't really have a good counter to Queen ult unless Geek hits a crazy wall. Which is entirely possible, like the make can wall. But it's just not likely yet. It's a really, really big nade, but you can't really follow up.
Time for the reckoning.
Squishy with who? Mega with another thing? Wait, can they flip this on its head? I did the Ajax again? I think Squishy got an Ajax there. I don't know how else the Blossom gets 2 picks. Yeah, he definitely got an Ajax.
That's the 2 on this map.
Yeah, that negates the entire ult economy here. Like, Valpo is coming up on an Orbital and a Blossom. And they're going to be going into a Ramel, an Orbital, and a Blizzard. Hopefully Blizzard alone just wins a fight here, and then you can use an Orbital with a Ramel and just win the game. Huge maiden wall. Zachary gets punished again. Like, they don't even need to use ults here. That's just the fight. Lindsay is making this tank's life incredibly difficult to play here. Like, when he walks, he gets slept. He gets naded. He gets walled. Like, this last fight here, this could be the map. This could be the series.
公主，不许走！
But Lindsay sleeps L? And finds cool stuff. If they can keep their supports alive, that's massive. Yeah, that's it. That Ajax from Squishy just won them the map. And the series. It's that's a pretty clean 3-1 for SVSU here, right?
Overall, just seems to work out for SVSU.
Yeah, I mean, they absolutely dominated on push. They looked pretty good on control. They did look pretty shaky in the bottom. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it was another Ajax. Really well done from SVSU. They looked pretty clean on the ball. Cool. Unfortunately, I think that's pretty much it from us here. We have a match in about 15 minutes that we need to go
we should probably hurry up.
participate in. So, if you don't mind, thank you guys for watching. And I believe we're going to be switching out for Philip and Andrew here, or Aquatic and Puff. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be in the lobby in a little bit.
In game.
Yeah.